Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the Nightly Painting Studio. My name's Corbin, and my goal today is to encourage, equip, and inspire you to be the best hobbyist that you can be, to enjoy this hobby as much as possible, and hopefully I can give some good tips and hobby hacks and all that kind of stuff tonight on our stream. So. It is Sunday night. It is September 29th here in the U.S. in Ocala, Florida. As you jump on today, or whether you're watching this now or in the future, would love to know where you are watching from and what kind of project you're working on right now. Also, this is going to be more of a Q&A hobby hangout style. I may end up painting a little bit, but also just want to be talking with y'all on the stream here. So yeah, what questions can I answer? What feedback can I give? How can I help you with whatever project you are working on at the moment? I love being able to help people and break down barriers for you. So drop those in the chat right now, whether you are live with me right this second or whether you're watching in the future. If you have a question, go ahead and pop that in the chat or in the comment section. Would love to know how I can help you. So yeah, hope everybody's had a good week. It's been a bit of a crazy one here in Florida, and not just in Florida. So I'm actually originally from the Eastern Tennessee area, like the very northeastern corner of Tennessee. So bunch of people up in my hometown area, probably about like 40 minutes from where I used to live, are just experiencing a lot of crazy right now. So thoughts and prayers going out to them in that northeastern, or I guess northwest, North Carolina area, and Eastern Tennessee, that whole Asheville area. So yeah, lots of love to you guys. So there's a free man here in okay, nice. Very nice. What's up, Francis? What's up, Phlogiston? What's up, Whammy Time? Good to see you guys in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Yeah, howdy from Texas, working on Hell Blasters. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, thanks for sharing those in the Discord. Last time we were on, it was good to see what you were working on. Always love to see some more Black Templars, so it's pretty cool. Francis says he has one more varnish spray, and then it's down to the grime. And that's the Lamenter you're working on, correct? I'm excited to see how that turns out, if it is the Lamenter. Yep, he's getting ready to finish up that Lamenter. Awesome. Yeah. Excited to see how it comes out. Send me a picture on Facebook when you're done with it. I'd love to see that, Francis. So yeah. It's crazy. I may actually get to go over to the part of Florida that's like super devastated, to feed some meals tomorrow, take some food to people who don't have power and all that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, I think it's really important to get back and help people out. So I'll let y'all know if that's something I end up doing. But yeah, Francis says that he'll get some non-potato pics to you in a few minutes. Well, you know the varnish dry. Yeah. Lighting is real important, because honestly, camera phones these days are absolutely incredible. But having the right lighting, it makes a difference. It really makes a difference. So, yeah, I made a little bit of progress on breachers the other day, so I'm gonna switch over to the desk mode here, and we'll check those out. All right. So, was able to make a little bit of progress on them. Got the blue feet done, got a lot of the edge highlighting on the dark areas has been finished. Though I do feel like I want to come back in and darken those down, the gray areas, because they don't quite match the ones that I already did. So I want to see if I can come back in and darken those down a little bit. But yeah, so the next step is highlighting the reds and the whites. So you can see on the helmet here. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. You can see on the helmet here that I've already done quite a bit of the scratching and edge highlighting on that. So, on this guy in particular. So, yeah, just to kind of break it up, and did the feet. I'll see if I can't show how I do that on here, but you can see that this is with a base coat of so this on this side is with just a base coat of my normal skin color, which is Thunderhawk Blue. But then what I do is I come back in with some of this white gray, and I just kind of highlight the feet, and it looks really weird at first, but then I come back in with a mix of contrast paints and just basically filter it and glaze that over the top, and it ends up being a lot more vibrant. And then I dull it back down by adding the weathering powders to the base at the end. So, yeah. And then I did a lot of the, I did half the unit of Farsight symbols last time as well on the shoulder pads. So yeah. Definitely made some progress, which is nice. You can see how that's going to start to look. I tested some gold on this guy. So he already has a little more done. But yeah. There we go. Yeah, so definitely you can see that, like, on these feet. This is a finished one. When you get the weathering powders on there, it really can dull it down a bit, which is good. You want them to be blue without being like too blue, but so there's that guy finished, and then you can even see on the Pathfinder here that there's quite a bit of the dust effect on his feet. So well, I'm gonna go grab my tea really fast, and then I'll be right back. But yeah, I would love anything that y'all want to hear from me, any questions you might have, any techniques that you would maybe want to see me tackle. Yeah, drop those in the chat, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so it looks like we have, let's see. Francis says that he had to take the last few pics on his touchpad that has potato camera. Yeah. Phone finally died and reset, so now you can use it again. Gotcha. Yep. Yeah, but I look forward to seeing those photos. And then Francis, or Whammy Time says that looks good. Oh, thank you. And then Francis says eyeballs. I'm guessing you're asking about how to paint eyeballs. Yeah. Very carefully is what I would say. No, it just takes a brush with a sharp point, and a steady hand. trying to think if there are any minis that I have laying around that I could showcase that on, or show you guys how to do that on. Hang tight. This will be good. All right, Francis, this one's for you. So. Okay, so I'm going to do this using a size. This is a size 2 Windsor and Newton Series 7. I think it's a little bigger than most size 2s are, but it's a good brush size. So I found over there on the desk some mostly completed, this duo. And this is, I forget what his name is. What's his face? Yeah, I can't remember. Alea and something. I can't remember what his name is, but we're gonna see if we can't paint a couple eyeballs on this bro, and we'll go from there. So all right, so what you'll need is you will need an ivory color, and black. That's it. Okay. So we're gonna put both of these on the palette. This. Okay. Okay, so, you know, her eyes might actually be easier to do this on, but we'll try his first. All right, so we have Dude Bro here. happy with the lighting I'm getting, y'all. Okay. Hopefully that will work all right. Give me that head. All right. Okay. Obviously, this is easiest if you have access to the head itself. So what we're gonna do is I'm just going to get a little bit of my black paint here. We're just going to go in and we're going to block in the eye area. And you may or may not end up getting a little more or less than you need. Just try to be as accurate as possible. And you can see there that that's pretty decent. I would have to go back and patch up a little bit of the under eye portion, but this paint is kind of watery, to be honest. Not sure why, but we're going to take that. Okay, that's better. So now we're going to take our sharp point and we're just going to fill in where the main eye would be. And it's gonna look a little weird, and you just gotta understand that that's part of the game. So now we have a pretty stark looking set of eyes here. And generally, what I'm going to try to come back around and do before I do the final step is just to clean up. So I'm going to round that eye a little bit, and the same with this one. And I messed up on the one side, so I'm going to go back to my bright eye color. And I think this is why you just gotta be okay with kind of going back and forth a little bit. And do a little bit of this off camera so I can actually see. Okay, so now we're gonna take a little bit of black, and it's gonna sound weird, but you almost want to like think about like a cat eye. So you're gonna, from top to bottom, draw a line. And you know, hopefully not make him look like I just did, like he's got some kind of blackened eye. We'll just kind of work on this face a little bit. It'll be fun. Oh yeah, you wanna try it at least, you know, because like I don't know. I just kind of had to end up doing it so that I would get better at it. And it's been worth it. Hello, Squig Burger. Welcome to the chat. Just painting a little face right now. Hey, guess what? I stink at faces too, and the only way that I got better, or am getting better, is by doing them. So that's what I would tell you. Sometimes you just gotta try it and fail and learn and try again. All right, so I'm gonna give this eye another go. Okay, so we blocked in that part of it, and now we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that black, and we're gonna try. And I'm going to do this off screen so that I actually get it right this time. There we go. His eyes are kind of lopsided, which is funny, but I feel like that's almost a little bit how the sculpt is, which is weird. So what I'm actually going to do right now, I'm going to grab a little bit of this. Those eyes have seen battle. I'm going to grab a little bit of purple. I'm going to add it into flesh tone here. And I'll show you on the palette here, maybe. Okay, you can see that I've kind of made like a purpley flesh tone. And we're going to use this to add a little bit of life into this face. So okay. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to start to kind of glaze it into his cheek areas. I'm going to take it, I'm going to kind of glaze it on the side of his head there. If you don't know how to glaze, it is a skill you'll want to learn. Very, very useful. So now I am bringing a little more of the flesh tone back into that. There, we're going to get just the upper edges of the lip, upper edges of the eyebrows. And get just right under the eyes. Just to kind of bring attention and focus to different sections of the face. So when I started working on the eyes for this guy just a few minutes ago, like this face was, let's see, it was Reichland flesh, or it was just a base coat with a contrast wash over it, and you can see now that there's a bit more definition to it. Yeah, Francis, I think you should definitely give it a go. Normally, I am with you, and I put helmets on all my guys, so I get it. I understand. I'm with you. But with my Black Templars, I actually had to learn. I had to learn. There's too many neophytes with no helmets. We're gonna do the hair here, and what I've done is I've just put Xandri dust with now a contrast coat of skeleton horde. For the hair. And I'm gonna bring some, there it is. Gonna grab just a little bit of this Flesh Terrors red. I'm gonna thin it down basically to where, so I need to wick some more off. It's gonna just be that kind of glaze consistency. And there's a scar right here on his forehead, and I'm going to just put a little bit of that in there. I'm also going to put just a little bit on the lip area there, just to give that a slightly different tone. Well, this doesn't want to focus now, apparently. There we go. Now we're back to the autofocus. Maybe. Good gracious. There we go. And then I think, if I remember correctly, I think Francis was asking in a previous stream how to do facial hair. So I'm gonna see if I can't tackle that. We've got a little bit of this somber gray. Need to mix that more. All right. There we go. Okay, again, you can just see how subtle that is, but we're going to just kind of glaze that. Around the bottom of his face. And it's going to be really subtle at first, but then you're just going to kind of keep adding to that. And you're going to slowly get something that looks like facial hair. Okay, and let's see, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna bring in Xandri Dust with a highlight color. Focus. And basically for the hair, you're just gonna try and make it look as much like strands as you can. actually going to do is I'm going to grab a little bit of this, grab a little bit of the black. Let's see if I can't refine. Okay. Boom. All right, let's grab this head and let's stick it back on the mini and see how we did. All right, and there we have it. Quick face, taking it from just a base coat and a wash or a contrast over a base coat and leveling it up, right? And it didn't take a crazy amount of time, and once you get used to it, I mean, most of the time it took me was figuring out which paints I was going to use and trying to paint on camera. So, and it's the little details like this that go a long way to take the model from good to great. And I think once you get really confident with the good, you can take a step further and go to great. And it's just the natural progression of it. And it takes time and skill to learn, and you just have to practice it. So, there are a number of different faces that I've done. We'll just go human faces because even just taking a look at these guys were painted in a very similar way for their faces. So there, granted, is a lot less face on them, but between those and the light's not quite showing those off super well, but yeah, you just kind of keep trying, keep doing, and you will keep getting more proficient at how you paint the faces. So don't be afraid of it. Just jump in and try. That's all I would tell you. Okay. So let me shift over and take a look at Francis's work and give some feedback there, and then we're probably gonna call it a few minutes after that, but I'll be right back here. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to pull this photo in, and we're going to take a look at it together. Maybe. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Open this up, and boom. Here we go. So this is Francis's Lamenter that he's been working on, which, man, that's seen some progress. It's looking good. It's looking really good. So what I really like about this is I'm loving all the freehand on it. The yellow is really nice and vibrant. The reds really stand off. Those are a nice touch. The checker pattern, great for our Lamenters. And the fabric and back banner is looking really good too. So I think you've done a great job. I'm even seeing some, like, let's see if I can blow it up a little bit more here. So I'm even seeing some of your weathering, your scratching in there, which looks really nice. Gives it texture. I like the face. I think you did a good job with the cold face. And I don't necessarily know, I know you were saying earlier you weren't sure, but I don't think he really necessarily needs the eyes, so to speak. Especially for this particular style. If you wanted to do it. But there might be other things that you would rather spend your time on for this particular model, since you're going to grime it up anyways. You weren't going to grime the face and only the lower portion of the banner. Mostly asking about the armor. Okay. First, you want more grime at the bottom. So how many coats would you do? Well, it depends on what you're doing and how you want to do it. So if you're just using your streaking grime, then I would go really light the first time around and then add more to taste. What I would recommend is do your streaking grime all over and then use pigments to weather your feet more towards the bottom and that kind of thing. And you can even put that same pigment on the banner if you really wanted to, but it may not make a lot of sense to do that. So I can't necessarily tell you how many coats I would do, because realistically it's going to be different depending on which level of grime you want. So second, would I do all the armor or just the lower half and do streaks on the top half of the model? Yeah, so I would do a really light, almost like wash of streaking grime. And I don't know, I'd have to, let me see if I can find out how to thin streaking grime. Okay, so you can either use an enamel thinner, or it looks like just an odorless thinner. So something like Sansador odorless thinner. So that should work. At least that's what the internet says. So, and the way that you can do some of that is just as you're streaking the model, if you have Q-tips, work wonders for that type of thing, or bits of sponge, whatever you want to do to kind of wipe some of the excess off. So if you put it all over and then you kind of take that to it, covered in a little bit of that thinner, just run it over. It's kind of like oil paint in the same way. You can do that with oil paint as well. There you go. Picked up an odorless mineral spirit earlier today. Good. And then so you can take the like where it is in like the shoulder pads and stuff, while it's still wet, you could even take it and so you just kind of pull down with a brush, and that would give you your streaks in the top part of the model. And then you could just apply progressive layers. The cool thing about like an enamel paint or an oil paint is that generally with enough thinners you can take most of it away. So if you do go a little heavy and you don't like the way it looks, you can always backtrack a little bit. But it might be really prudent for you to test the grime on your fallen librarian battle brother there, before you go straight to your Lamenter. So you've watched 40 half-baked videos. That's funny. Yeah, everybody loves streaking grime. But using it is a little more tricky than people necessarily give it credit for. So, because I mean, it's not the easiest thing to use. Clearly. It's very dark, and it's a very unique property as well. So just kind of have to be careful with it. Use it sparingly. I think you do streaks in particular places, and I'll tell you where streaks would make sense to me. Where's the Space Marine? Okay, I'm gonna go to desk view here really quickly. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can't point to some of this stuff with a brush. Okay, so if I'm putting it in the crevice here, right in the shoulder pad, streaking that down like this will work really well. Putting it in this recess here and this one up here, and then pulling it straight down could work really well. Even in this right in here, and then pulling it down over top of the eagle could actually work. You just want to think about any of those grooves that might build stuff up when the rain hits it and the water hits it, right? You're going to see that grime start to streak down the armor plates, right? So you just kind of want to find, you want to even like in this part right here, on the butt plate, just kind of streaking down a little bit, from the grooves, maybe even like right in here, and you just kind of pull it down, right? That's gonna give it that, like, it's been out in the elements type of look to it. I'm trying to think if I did this on my Dreadnought at all, but I don't think I did. Yeah, that's what I would tell you, is just to try and make it as realistic, so to speak, as possible. And Black Templar Envy. Well, I will, I'll be eventually doing a how-to video on the Black Templar Infantry. I already have one on the Dreadnought, the Redemptor Dreadnought, but the infantry is pretty much the same. It really just depends on how long you want to spend on them. So, but yeah, the top of the banner you could give streaks to. Yeah, you just kind of want to give the entirety of you want to give the entirety of the model the same type of weathering. But if you want to do different types around the ground, then you definitely can. Thank you, Emmy Time. Appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, it's a really cool looking model. Francis has done a really great job with this, and yellow's not an easy color to tackle either. Okay, you're asking about his left arm, his fleshy arm. Okay, it's the one holding the helmet. Yeah, you're gonna wanna grime that up as well. It has been through, unless he's just freshly taken that piece of armor off, and that's what you want to communicate. Then he would have the same type of weathering on that he would on any of the rest of the miniature. So faces are a little different. I will say, if you're going to do anything on a face, you're going to want to use very thin, very, very thin coats. Because otherwise you may as well just slap a brown contrast paint on it and wipe away all the hard work and detail that you've put into it. So that's my 2 cents. Yeah, let me see if I can find that other picture and grab that. Okay, let's see here. If anybody else watching ever wants me to give advice or give constructive criticism on your mini as well, the Discord's a great place for that. You can drop photos in there, or you can send it to me via social media if you'd prefer to do that. Always happy to help. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I love being able to help people on their hobby journey. So if I can help pass along a technique or a hobby hack that I've learned over the years, I'd love to be able to do that for you. So, all right, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, so I'm seeing the blood effects, which is nice. Makes sense for Elementor. If you can let me know, what paint did you use for this initially? Is it red paint or is it Blood for the Blood God? I have to say, Whammy Time, your Black Templars are looking good. I know you posted some of them in the Discord. So don't have too much Black Templar envy. You're doing a great job. Okay, so you used red and Blood for the Blood God. Okay, so here's what I would do. I would grime over it all, and then I would reapply Blood for the Blood God over top of it. And that's just going to tie everything in. And you're going to get that fresh looking blood and gore effects while still being able to tie it all in, so to speak. So. Cool. Well, everybody, I have a pretty early morning tomorrow. So, hey, what's up, Phil Artifact? Welcome to the stream. Actually, just about to end it, but we've been looking over Francis's Lamenter here. You can always go back and watch it here in just a couple of minutes. It should be up on the YouTube channel. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying the streams and enjoying catching them live. Yeah, here's that first angle of Francis the Lamenter. Thank you, Francis, for letting me share this on here and let me give you some feedback. I'm glad you asked some questions. And I think that's part of it. One of my mentors has told me questions are your superpower. It's how we learn, it's how we grow, and it's how we get better. So great job asking questions. And so, yeah, I think for me tonight, it's cool to work on this. I'll post a photo of it in the Discord, but did a little bit of facial hair and eyes and skin tones and hair color. So I think it just goes to show that, like, painting this stuff is not rocket science, it really isn't. It's just taking your time, being patient, and not being afraid to go back and cover up a mistake, right? So yeah, Francis, good luck with the Lamenter. Like I said, I'd go really easy on it. Thin layers. You could always add more. And also a hairdryer should help you speed through that a little better. Just give it a real nice gentle setting and hair dry it, and that should help things dry if you need them to dry a little quicker. So yeah. Well, hey everybody, thank you for joining the stream tonight. If you are watching this after the fact, thanks for watching the video. I would love to remind you to like, share, subscribe if you have gotten value out of this video. And if you're not already in our Discord, I'm going to post that again here. Alright, let's see if that works. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, you can always join our Discord. The link is on the YouTube channel as well. And yeah, it's a great safe space where we all encourage each other and build each other up. And yeah, I would love to see you over there. So I'm tiring out fast, so I'm a log off here. But thanks so much for joining tonight, and look forward to seeing you in the next nightly painting video. Peace.